As Massachusetts moves into the second part of Governor Charlie Baker's four-phase reopening plan for businesses, we're connecting with two different communities to see how things have gone thus far. First, Easthampton Mayor Nicole LaChapelle. As a member of the Reopening Advisory Board, she had a hand in creating that plan. We spoke about that and more.
The reopening has gone well. A lot of collaboration, a lot of back and forth conversations with different industry sectors and our health agent, our Board of Health, fire and police. So we're taking the state guidelines and pulling them down to the streets of Easthampton and the industries not only currently open, but also to help those businesses get ready to open as we look forward to phase two.
I imagine you've had a lot of questions, to your point, about businesses getting ready to reopen. What are some of the questions that either you have heard or that people have posed to Board of Health and that you've learned about through the Board of Health?
One of the biggest questions is how soon can they open and what capacity so they can prepare. And they're looking they're looking at their physical layouts, what PPEs they will need. And that has been kind of a flowing conversation before the guidelines actually come in. The second is once the opening date has been given or they are now reopening, where can they get personal protection equipment? What do they need to let the public know to come into their business? And that's been a really big concern, something that police, Board of Health, myself, and area businesses have been talking a lot about.
On the personal protective equipment piece, is the city going to get involved? You've had those businesses reaching out saying, hey, look, we either don't have access to this type of mask or other equipment, or you can't get it still. It's still difficult to get ordering online. Is the city going to help out in some way?
So we have masks for distribution and businesses have been calling. And also lots of public information around face coverings like a bandana, because maybe for a different medical condition, the mask snugly around the mouth can't happen for the person, but maybe a bandana can. The state has opened a centralized portal for businesses that to get their PPEs, mostly cleaning supplies, that have been very difficult to find and where they're coming from trusted vendors. So, but we're also helping businesses decide what is best for cleaning, what the standard operating procedures that the state put out. We've already done a mask giveaway. And again, if you email health@easthamptonma.gov, we'll help you get masks for your employees.
I don't have to tell you this, Easthampton is home to a number of small businesses, and under the phase one rollout, they could be open for curbside. But that's a huge shift to many of the business models of these places, whether it's a bookstore, places that just aren't readily available and easily accessible for curbside. Have you seen businesses using the curbside availability or waiting until they can open in what looks like a more normal capacity?
Most businesses it's a wait and see. I mean, a big part of this reopening is, will we have to reclose if there's another outbreak, if there's a hotspot? And how does that fit into a business plan? So we see a lot of business owners trying to, figure out not only how to pivot, but how much to pivot and when.
As a member, you are a member of the Reopening Advisory Board that helped the governor make the plan that is certainly rolling out right now. Is there an ongoing communication between members of that board or committee and the state to say, hey, look, we thought X was going to happen, but we're seeing that Y is happening. We're suggesting this adjustment?
Yes, we just met last Thursday, and we'll meet, I think it's like once a month, or when we're considering the next stage. Members of the advisory board, we do keep in touch and kind of go back and forth on the conversations and the notes that we have, as well as a lot of smaller conversations with key members of the Baker-Polito administration, because we never ruled out that plan as the be-all, end-all. It wasn't something that was bookcased and defined very specifically, because none of us know what's next. I mean, the COVID-19 virus is in charge. And for anyone to think that they have a plan it's foolish. It's where the virus goes, how the virus acts, really directs what we have to do.
And as a small city mayor, you are still planning. You're rolling out your budget. You have to look at the realities that local receipts are probably going to come up short because you don't have marijuana revenue, you don't have tax revenue. And then from the state side, education money coming back to your city and town's probably going to be on the short side too. How are you looking at that for 2021 fiscal budget?
A bare bones budget increase of 1.098% overall. We shifted some money, basically level funded. We shifted some money from departments who were staffed better, could stagger themselves a little bit, so we could up our public health department as well as planning, as we need the technical support of how we repivot our downtown corridors, as well as how we get to school in increased ways. My approach to this has been to cut back as much as possible, but leaving the primary tenets of public safety, public health, and economic development intact. Because one way or another, we're coming out on the other side of this pandemic.